Welcome back to another Recce Trek video. In this video I'll go hiking around New Forest and I'll find somewhere to camp out for the night, a bit of wild camping. But first, there's a few key points to take note of. Wild camping in the New Forest is illegal and apparently it's not tolerated. However, people like myself and you guys probably watching this video still like to go out wild camping. If you are going to be wild camping in the New Forest, don't be a dick. Take your rubbish with you, don't be a knob and have any open fires. Be respectful of others. There's other hikers and that going through the woods. Be respectful of the nature and the wildlife. Basically, be sensible, be respectful, and don't be a dick. Okay, that's the lecture shit out of the way. Let's get into the video.
So I'm only about 400-500 metres off the car ferry back in Lymington pier, and I'm already on this real peaceful, quiet road. I've decided I'm just gonna handrail Lymington River up north, basically until I see something of interest, really. But yeah, this is it. I'm in the New Forest district now. And already it's peaceful as hell, it's lovely. The river is literally just the other side of this tree line. It's more, I guess it's more like marshland. But on the map, the river is just flowing up north. I'm just gonna handrail it up until I find somewhere decent to change my bearing, really. Bloody bliss. I don't think I'm even 1 kilometre off the car ferry back in Lymington yet, and already I'm here. This little bridle path, very lovely. It's quality. it's really quite boggy and marshy here. Still quite easy underfoot, but yeah, it's quite scrouchy. That's to be expected when you're hand railing a river anyway. But would explain why I've not seen a single person along this trail yet. I've just come to the end of it now, so I'll do a little nav check. I guess I'll just continue north. It's gonna be a bloody hot one today. It's bliss. Bloody brilliant. So in terms of navigating, I've done about, I don't know, what's the time now? So in an hour, I've covered about 5.5 kilometres. I'm just doing a nav check sort of every 400 to 600 metres. That's basically because it's a different feature each time that I'm bouncing off of. So yeah, nav check every 400 to 600 metres. I've done about 5.5 kilometres in an hour. Not exactly going for it, just chilling out. Yeah, the further inland I've gone, the wind's changed, so that the wind's picked up a little bit now, which is kind of welcome because it's fucking roasting. Yeah, so far in that 5.5 kilometres, I've seen 2 horse riders. That's it, really bliss. We continue. So I'm about 6.5 kilometres in, possibly 7. And no, disregard the cars that I saw at the very beginning when I left the car ferry. In that 7 kilometres, I've still only seen 2 horse riders. Nothing else, nothing but just nature, wildlife. Not even any signs of any people, no rubbish or anything like that. Just bloody bliss. It really is really nice. Very lovely. So I've just come to this little clearing here, little bend in the track. A couple of fence lines that I can navigate off of, some boundaries. So I've just thought this would be a pretty ideal location for a quick nav check. Something to eat, something to drink, get some food on board. Ooh. Yeah. I've still only seen two horse riders. I haven't seen anyone else. It's nice. So I'm just going to do a quick nav check. Average. I just spooked 3 deer going through the woods there. Probably pays to be a bit more subtle, walk around a bit more quietly, because I might have a chance of bumping into such wildlife. It's cool. So I've just been having about an hour's hike around Roydon Woods in a New Forest. I saw 5 deer just cutting around. I spooked them a little bit, which is annoying, but never mind. But now I'm just going to continue on the main tracks, pushing north. Ooh. So I've just found a little spot, like a little clearing where I've come out from one woods into another. There's a campsite down there about 50 metres away. I can hear them a little bit, but I'm not too bothered by that. But purely, I'm just going to get some nammet down there because I'm fucking starving. And I'm going to have a little nav check as well at the same time. Oh, and sort of plan my route as to where I'm going to go next, whilst I have some scoff. So far, it's been mega. I think I've done about, including my little wander around the woods, I can't remember what they're called now, Raywood Woods, something like that. Including that, I must be somewhere between 8 and 10 kilometres racked up in the past. What time is it now? 2.5 hours. So must be about 10 kilometres in 2.5 hours now. Yeah, I'm just poodling along really, enjoying it, taking it all in. Have some scoff though and do a nav check, because I'm hanging up my arse for some food. So I've just had some scoff and took some water on board, and now I don't really want to go via the campsite. I want to avoid that and just sort of go into the woods. So I was going to take a bearing from where I am now to what looks to be like a track, pardon me, it's going through the woods, and then I'm going to aim to hit a stream in the woods, and when I get to that stream I'll just have a little nav check. So let's just have a look-see. So I've already taken the map to the ground. Let's get a bearing. A grid to mag add. Okay, so I need to be heading that direction. I need to be heading that direction for about 300 metres, and I should hit a track. How far is it to the river? So I might just go straight to the river once I found the track. On the same bearing, about 450 metres. So from here to the river that or the stream that I'm going to be looking for, it's about 450 metres that way. So for the first time on this hike, I'm actually going to be marching on a bearing, because my track is somewhere in amongst all that. So I'm basically just going to head in that direction on this bearing for about 450 metres until I find my stream. So yeah, I'm actually doing a bit of pacing, a bit of marching on bearing, find the stream, and do a nav check. got bored of the tracks, decided to break off track, just sort of head east, northeast through the woods. It's quite dense and built up, but people have been through it before, I think. Yeah, spice it up a little bit. So although this place looks like it's shit hot for pitching a hammock and basher up, a couple more deer down there. This video what we call deer spotting. This place looks like it's shit hot for putting a hammock and basher up, but you just heard there the train is literally just there. It's quite noisy, and there's a track or a path here. Not that it looks like many people would come up and down here, but you never know. You want to kind of keep away from people when you're out wild camping around somewhere you're not meant to be, just a bit out of respect really. So we'll continue looking, and also I kind of want to find somewhere with a bit of a find somewhere with a bit of a view, a bit of an opening, clearing as such. Yeah, this is mega, honestly. Look at this. I have seen a few more people now since passing that campsite, because they all like to ride their bikes around the tracks here, but no other walkers. Just, yeah, it's pretty good considering I've done about, I don't know, off the top of my head, probably between the region of 12 to 15 kilometres. Yeah, I've seen 2 people on horseback. I've seen a couple of vehicles when I was near the main road, obviously, but no walkers. A couple of people on their bikes riding. Airplanes, lots of. Loads of deer, horses, but mainly it's a real interesting walk, real peaceful. I say that now as a plane's overhead, but it is peaceful. You could pitch up anywhere really, if you're just sensible and respectful. Right, so I just did a quick nav check after going through all that thick, dense wood and foliage. So I thought I'd best do a nav check to make sure, double check where I am. So now I'm going to bang this track out. It's like a kilometre, so I just want to go for about a kilometre make up a bit of ground, because I don't want to, well basically I want to find somewhere, I want to allow enough time to recce a little spot for tonight. So I'm just going to quickly bang this kilometre out, do another nav check, go from there. So I've just banged out a kilometre there, so I'm just going to do a little nav check from that little RV point, if you like. That's where I was going to stop and do a nav check, so I'm just going to stop it and have a little look, see where I'm going to go next. Fuck staying anywhere near here tonight with that train going past. So I'm just doing a nav check as to where I am now. A big help is with the little signs everywhere, you can't really get lost here. But I'm now just sort of doing a map recce as to where I want to pitch up for tonight, because I really need to recce that before I can commit to it. So I sort of want to make my way to wherever I'm going to stay tonight now, because I don't want to leave myself with minimal time. I want to maximise my time. So I'm just having a little map recce. I think it's key and pertinent to be fucking far away as possible from that train line, which is probably only about 100, 200 metres that way. I think I'm just going to push east, get away from that train line, push east through the New Forest, further along Rowbarrow, I think it's called. I might sort of head in that general direction. I'm also forward thinking for tomorrow, when I want to hot foot it back home, I can just get up and bang straight south towards the car ferry. Yeah, I think I'm just going to continue east. Bizzo. Right, I think it's time to do a little nav check / map recce. Now I'm out in this clearing. It's actually kind of nice to get out of those woods, to be honest. I want to go out to a bit more scenic places with a bit some more views and whatever. And also there's lots of tree surgery going on there. You've got the train line in there, it's a bit noisy in there. So I'm gonna do a little nav check, little map recce, and I'm gonna try and stay out somewhere like this, because it's much nicer than in the woods. Well, I don't like the woods, it's just, I don't know, something to be said for views, isn't there?